Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, from wherever you're watching in. This is a clash that is happening between the ABAKAMBWE of Rwanda and 4 o'clock from Nigeria. And we are here at the Gahanga main oval for the toss. I have the two captains right here with me. Charles, the captain for the ABAKAMBWE. Ephraim, the captain for 4 o'clock from Nigeria. And I have the match umpire, Thierry, and we are here to witness the toss. Heads is the call, and heads it is. Ephraim, you've won the toss. What are you going to do first and why?
We will bowl first this time. In the last 4 years, we've always batted first and we have lost. So we want to do something different.
What is the difference in the team that may give you a victory this time round?
Well, we have a pretty better team than we used to have. We have a couple of players that we have introduced, like Taya Atoloye, one of us, but he lives in the UK and was able to make this trip. I think he will add to our batting and bowling and all rounder.
Thank you so much and all the best in the game. Charles, if you had gotten the chance to win the toss, what are you going to do first and why?
But on any day, we like to put on runs and back our bowlers to be able to defend whatever score we would have put on.
When you look at this 4 o'clock team that has never won a game at this ground, or in Rwanda, they really look to be fired up, coming for the victory. What is the plan going ahead?
I think as far as these social games are concerned, winning or losing is not really the issue. We like to enjoy our cricket, and we'll do that this afternoon.
Thank you so much and all the best.
Thank you so much. Pleasure.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you've heard it loud and clear right from the center. 4 o'clock has won the toss and elected to bowl first. Clear skies here at the Gahanga main oval stadium. Well, for the last 4 times that 4 o'clock have come and played against the ABAKAMBWE, they have never picked up a victory. Of course, batting first in all those games. But eventually today they have won the toss, as you heard it from the center. And their captain for the day, Ephraim, opted to have the ball first. This is a social game happening between the 4 o'clock from Nigeria and the ABAKAMBWE from Rwanda. Tournament happening just right after the 11th edition of the Kwibuka coming to an end yesterday. But we are here at the Gahanga main oval stadium. My name is Ivan Cyprian Saja behind the commentary box, and I'm not alone. I'm joined in by Rosine Irera, player for the senior women's team of Rwanda. Rosine, good afternoon and welcome.
Good afternoon once again. You heard it clearly and loudly. I'm just simple as that. I'm Rosindera here together with my mate Sajabi. You're going to be giving you a hint of what is happening here live at this main oval of Gahanga Cricket Stadium. And it's this game that is going to be amazing, impressive, and very actionate with 2 teams, 4 o'clock all the way from Nigeria and even ABAKAMBWE, or many regions from Rwanda, and even there is a big man there, father of cricket in Rwanda, Charles Haba, as the captain. Hoping more things from him.
Yeah, Rosine, of course, good things happening here. As you see there, that Kale team talk there happening. I see Martin Ondeko.
Maybe he has changed the country. I knew him as a Ugandan. By now, he's standing for Nigeria.
Of course, the team's just taking their time there. This is a social event, nothing to rush about. But it really should be an interesting day to have cricket, Rosine. Of course, as you can see there in your frame, that is the beautiful pavilion here at the Gahanga main oval stadium, made in a shape of 3 balls that reduce in size, as you can see there. But as we come here, I'd love to give you a hint of the lineups that will be playing this afternoon. Of course, the ABAKAMBWE being led by Charles Haba as their captain, but they have the president of the Rwanda Cricket Association board, Stephen Musale, in there. VIP Kumar also making part of the team. Leonard Namburo, the head coach for the senior women's team of Rwanda, also on that playing 11. Zed Khan, the man who has scored 50 plus runs, will make part of that squad as well. Dennis Tagamukama, Eric Nyomgaba, Dennis Msali there from Uganda will also be part of this team. Desire Maniramba and Deusum Holmes are making part of the team. Not forgetting the only female who will be part of that ABAKAMBWE team, Katia Wamahoro, world Guinness record holder and former player for the senior women's team of Rwanda. Quickly looking at the lineup for team Nigeria, Tayo Atoleye, Hui Akapata, the president of the Nigerian Cricket Federation, Leke Oyede, Abraham Oviani, Rickson Tete, Theo Ibodime, Banabi Ephraim, the captain for the side on the day, Peter Isbor, Martin Ondeko there, Ugandan, but making part of the 4 o'clock team. Peters Dike, Wenebi Youndoi, and Newman Akpora being the 12th player for the 4 o'clock team. Of course, Rosin, we see some Ugandan is making part of these squads. Dennis Musali, and Deus Didit Muhumza, the head coach for the Victoria Pearls, both Ugandans making part of the ABAKAMBWE team. And Martin Ondeko was saying that no, I will play for the 4 o'clock from Nigeria. But we are here for yet another beautiful day of action.
That shows how cricket is very friendly game. You can't even be beaten on one side, but other side can be in one team, and you just need to make sure that your hands are together to get something. And I hope this game is going to be enjoyable at both parts. Whoever win, they're going just to enjoy the win, but also they're going to enjoy this cricket live here. Maybe they have been missing it to be inside there in the middle. Maybe they have been training in a net playing many shots, but today that's the day to show up and give the fans a happy. You can see there in pavilion, most of people comes here to see how did the ABAKAMBWE or 4 o'clock prayer have been prepared to this game.
Yeah, good points to make there, Katia. Sorry, Rosine. Of course, the two umpires standing in this one, two children of the soil, both of them born and bred from here in Rwanda. Dube standing alongside Thierry. Need their flowers. They are doing a lot of good work to see that we have things proceed here. But the opening pair there for the ABAKAMBWE will be Zed Khan alongside Katia Uwamahoro to try and make sure that they start off the game and we see how it all proceeds here. Of course, as you said there, Rosine, when we were to the toss, the former president for the Rwanda Cricket Association and founding president for the game in this country, Charles Haba, told me that, of course, this game, nothing matters. No, what matters is not who wins the game, but what matters is the social events that happen around the game. So basically, not a lot to play for. Of course, both teams just playing for pride, but nothing much in terms of takeaways. But the social coming together there is the most important thing that brings people like Jimmy, who came from the UK to come and play for the 4 o'clock team. Just number 8, Tayo Atoleye will open the bowling from the side of the airport, just making sure that he has the right field before we see proceedings start here at the Gahanga main oval. Still checking his run up. Of course, these games where we see many people participating who have played the game. Tayo there just confirming that he has the right run up, and Zedikan, the man who has been scoring 50 plus runs, just making sure that he gets ready in his crease.
Very, very interesting to see Zaidi Khan facing the first ball, but I know you were here. You know how that wicket is hard to play on. If there is someone who has get a swing, it's gonna be hard. But look at the first ball, just swing it.
Yeah, a little tickle there from Zaid Khan. They ran very quickly and take up that double to start off proceedings here. Good start for the ABAKAMBWE, who have never lost a game on home soil. Even when the Abagurus come from Uganda, they have always faced the wrath of Stephen Musale, as he loves calling it. But fine shot there and a change in the field as good start.
Yeah, that's a very good start for the batting side to start off with scoring more than single or not even having a dot balls. But this moment, the second ball to be released, stand and deliver. Zed Khan, dot ball, but also good shot to be presented. Stand and deliver. It's what Zed Khan is doing. But a full toss there being bowled by. Good shot there. Catch was the call, but no, even closer to that arose them to have that second. It's first single because the first time they took doubles, and this is how they're going to go through their game. Ivan, I'm gonna tell you that this game is going to have a big score if these two stay there.
Yeah, of course, these two are what ABAKAMBWE is banking on to try and make sure that they get their team to a solid start. Katiwa Mahoro will be facing for the very first time in this match. Katiwa Mahoro has a world Guinness record of the female who batted longest in the nets. Let's see how she bats. A bit full, she goes for it but misses it completely. But you clearly see the hit there from Katiwa Mahoro trying to throw her hands at it.
What I like when she's playing in these games, she's always give them a headache because she like to hit the ball outside with these edges of them. To go outside to bring the ball seems to be very hard to them, but also that shows how brave they are to this game.
This time round, she slugs and again misses. Good lane and length there from Atoleye, just bowling outside off stump and not letting Katiwa Mahoro even get close to it.
Very, very interesting. Tsoleye being a good bowler there. So that was in this game. It seems to be pressure on that side, but the good thing here is just not having anything to pressure them. Chance for run out, but easily thrown down by them.
Yeah, Katiwa Mahoro getting that ball flicked backwards of the square and a single to end the over. But well, that is the dugout there for the ABAKAMBWE. Coach Namboro putting on that Australian format cap. But then Atham Sali already padded, just making sure that he also gets ready to come and start off things here. But this game is broadcasting live from the Gahanga main oval here in Kigali. Of course, the game comes shortly after Tanzania beat Zimbabwe High Performance Camp Team yesterday to win the 11th edition of Kwibuka. 30 trophy for them, tied at the same number of trophies with Uganda, 3 each. But the record champions of this tournament, of course, not making part in this edition, Kenya, with 4 trophies. It's a game where you will see the fielders taking time, try and make sure that they do everything right. But just number 10, Leke Oyede, part of the team that was coaching Nigeria, the female Yellow Greens, during the recently concluded 11th edition of Kwibuka, will bowl the second over from the side of the pavilion.
Pablo to bowl the second over Sajabi. This is going to be also, he seems to be a spinner with the action he's taking and the way he's just flicking the ball into his hand shows also seems to be an off spinner. Yeah, sure, I'm not mistaken. Very well pressed there by Katia Owamohoro. Is it going to be a boundary, Sajabi?
No, that one just not having enough legs. But Rezin, clearly you saw even during the 11th edition of Kwibuka, the games that were played here were low scoring a bit because of the slow outfield. So it means these two batters will have to run a lot between the wickets. but that's a very good start for him. Yesterday we saw Rwanda bowling, opening their bowling with spin at both ends when they were playing Uganda during that third placement game. And the plan looked to be working out for them. Loud appeal, shouts of LBW, and the umpire obliges. First wicket there for the 4 o'clock team. A bit disappointed there, Katiawa Mahoro. But the umpire Dube ticking all the boxes, saying pitched in line, impact in line, wickets hitting, and Katiawa Mahoro will be the first batter to depart.
Unless she touches it, but with that, we would like to have it on the screen and to have our judge as a commentator. But also, that was a big complaint from her. Seems to be not good with that dismissal, but impact in line, as the umpire said it, and that was it. Katia depart back to the dugout, and new batter to come in is Dennis Taga. Has been playing for Team Right Guard, also has been a good bowler, but also can be called as a good all-rounder because with the bat he can strike and rotate more.
Yeah, Dennis Tagamukama recently throwing away his towel, saying that, but that's the replay there right in your frame. Katiawa Mahoro, that looks to be dead plumb. Of course, he was posting from the middle stump. If I was Katia, I couldn't even be complaining anything to the umpires. Then Tagamukama did some good form of leadership there with the Right Guards Cricket Club. Of course, a club with many legends. Players like Eric Big Dusongozumana being part of those players who play in that team. Will be the new batter in. He threw away his towel last year, retiring from club cricket. Yeah, so now he will be the new batter to come in and try and make sure that he looks for some runs. As Rosinio clearly said, he is known for his all-round abilities, of course, batting and bowling. Leka with the ball again. Oh, another one to the pads. Louder appeal. But looks like everything was happening outside off stump. Spin doing wonders here for the 4 o'clock already.
Very interesting bowling from Pablo as the coach of Nigeria, giving himself room, and that's going to be a first boundary for the team. Just giving himself a room and stretch the arms. That is it. 4 runs. First boundary.
Yeah, first boundary of the match here. Just rocking back. Then Stagamukama plays it backwards of the square and runs are already on board. You would see that despite the departure of Katiawa Mahoro, 4 o'clock needs to work a lot to try and make sure that they can limit this side. Dennis Taga known for his experience. Very short on this occasion and hit with a lot of power. He chips in the dive. Good work there being done by Leke, not giving anything away. Top stuff.
Just saying that it's not about my prayer, but also I live by example. Staying low, another dot ball again.
Yeah, that is some good comeback there from Pablo. Making sure that after conceding a boundary, he chips in some dots. Good stuff. But you can see there in your frame, those are some of the. Of course, it's a mix-up. You see the 4 o'clock players and the ABAKAMBWE players sitting together, meaning that there is no hate. These people have always had fun together, so nothing much separates the two. This game, of course, happens around a time where the president for the Nigerian Cricket Federation, Mr. Wi Akpata, celebrates his birthday. We've always seen cake being cut ever after these games come to an end. Atoleye will come back to bowl the third over from the side of the airport. That is the scoreboard there right in your frame. 10 for 1 after 2 overs is where the 4 o'clock stand at the time in this game. Social event I tell you something, Rosin, every time the 4 o'clock team arrives here in Kigali, they come with some bit of vibe and morale, causing some bit of inflation. Of course, they are big boys. Nigeria being associated to having money, that is it in the gap. Good shot there from Zedkan. Second boundary in the match.
That the shot I've been waiting for. This is his favorite shot. Apart from that push shot, he normally likes to play. He just also like to play on this side, in this zone of fan leg and deep square leg. In that occasion, he gets 4 runs, and that is Zaidikan, who was starting off with Katia Omahoro, the previous wicket taken by Pablo, who was coming from pavilion end.
Atoleye needs to be working on his line, try and ball it outside off stump or straighter, but everything dropping to the pads. I tell you, Zedikan will go for it. This time round, he balls it with a lot of width and he picks up a dot ball. Chance for a run out at the bowler's end. Then Stagam Kama sent back to his crease quickly. Martin Wandeko there trying to show him that ready to go for the bull's eye. Another flick down to the captain Ephraim at the square leg area and the dot ball.
Brilliant fielding there by the one who is standing here on the square leg, showing the effort going on his long barrier just to stop the ball. Good shot there from Zadi Khan, but not even a single run to take from there. After taking that 4 runs, not even a single run to get after that.
But I tell you that some good comeback there from Atoleye. He knows that he will have to ball it straighter or outside off stump. This time round, chance for a catch. Oh, it will fall between two fielders and it will have enough legs to run away to the third man boundary. Just taking a shimmy down the track there, Zedkan. That gets to the edge of the bat. But we Akpata there at the back point area, not taking it. Look at that one. It just fell between Uyi, Akpata, and Leke Ode.
At one point, I thought that they're going to cuddle, but by this moment, they just manage it very well, knowing that the ball has passed. Each and everyone stops where he was and tried to go to chase the ball, but unfortunately, they didn't get enough power or enough time to recover with that ball. Nothing much from them, but apart from that 4 runs.
Just adjusting the right field there. Actually, runs seem to be flowing. Resin, we're just in the third over and already 18 runs are on board. Plays it down to cover area, but a very loud white call there from Denstagam Kama. And the dot ball to end the over. And after 3 overs, 18 for 1 is the score here at the Gahanga main oval. Leke will bowl the fourth over of the game. He is the only bowler who's put a difference already, picking up that wicket of Katiawa Mahoro. He will come back again from the side of the pavilion to bowl his second over. Bowls it full. Densaga Mukama goes for that big swing. A bit across the line, but he shapes a proper shot. Amazing scenes happening here at the Gahanga main oval.
A very interesting, a full delivery again. Amazing bowling from Pablo. That was going to be another wicket, I'm telling you. Sajabi, look at the turn that behind the ball. And that shows out the wicket, how spin it is, and also well dealt by Dennis Taga. Swing and miss, knocks him over. And that is the second wicket for the name of Pablo Leke, causing damage for the ABAKAMBWE of Rwanda. Very big headache to the coach of Team ABAKAMBWE. Sajabi, how was that wicket?
I tell you something, Rosin. Denstagam Kama making some bit of a shimmy down the track. Misses it completely. As soon as he made a shimmy down the track, Leke bowled it quick. He missed his line and he's knocked over. Look at that one. A bit of a shimmy down the track, a bit of an inside edge, middle stump, wickets rattle, and second wicket for the 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock here looking to be ahead of things. Just putting in the good work to try and make sure that they limit this ABAKAMBWE team, who have never lost a game here in Rwanda, to a very meager total that they could easily come and defend, come and chase. Eric Ndanga is the new batter in for the ABAKAMBWE.
So I have a question, Sajabi. What would you do if very good thread there? And that's another boundary for the name of Ndanga Miambi Elik. Very good start from him. Where the others were struggling, he just showed us that it's just a basics of cricket. I was about asking you, look at that one. But also that was going to be stopped by Pablo. Very alertness one.
Yeah, of course, if you had tried to make sure that he chips in that effort, maybe you could have stopped it. But another thing that could happen, Rosine, you may have your fingers hurt.
Yeah,
Rather,
sure.
rather let it go and keep playing, because that was a very powerful stroke there from Ndanga. And what a way to get off the mark with a boundary. Good stuff there. Already 22 runs on board. Just taking some bit of time there, Leke. Another one dubbed to the mid-wicket area. Oh, good skills of football there, but you could easily injure yourself. But he manages to stop it and limit them to 0 runs. Good line and length there from Leke. He knew that everything you bowl full to Eric Ndanga, he can easily play it down the ground for many. This time round, he bowls it outside of stump, and that will mark the end of the 4th over. Look at the pavilion there, full and packed. Of course, the drinks have to be there because it's a weekend here in Kigali. Uganda being delayed here in Kigali, taking some bit of time coming around and watching this beautiful game of cricket. Bob Marco Isonga, we see you, but there will be a bowling change from the side of the airport. Martin Ondeko, not known for bowling a lot. He was an opening batsman for the Uganda under-19 team. And at one time, he scored 99 not out. So many guys in Kampala love calling him 99 not out. He's worked with the Uganda Cricket Association, of course, as the operations manager and as chief executive officer. But this time around, he is working currently with the International Cricket Council as the ICC events manager for the African region. Not much known for spin, but he will be making sure that he bowls a few in here at the Gahanga main oval.
What I saw for a lot of cricket players, if you known as a batter, once you want to take a ball, you you immediately become a spinner. Most of them, maybe it's because that the pace also ask for a maximum, not so one bounce to the boundary, 2 bounces. That's they can stand and deliver. I thought that was going to be a maximum with the sound I had, but look at that one. You said it, Ari. That is a slow outfield and completely shown me that is very, very slow.
Yeah, but what a way to welcome Martin into the bowling attack. He comes and he's sent away right away by Zed Khan. Ah, another little tickle there. Run out chance, but an underarm throw, not fruitful anyway. But of course, these are signs where will notice them stressing themselves a lot with fielding. But good strike rotation there from Zed Khan and Eric Ndanga. Ondeke again. Oh, that is just dubbed to the point area, but not going away, and a dot ball there. Very, very full there from Martin. Ah, tries to put his feet to stop that one, but in vain. You can easily hurt yourself.
Very, very interesting. Not even as who are talking about the game, but also even the fans, they are very, very laughing about that issue of that field that they are in mid wicket. Who tried to go a maximum it is, and that is for the name of Zaidi Khan. He has been showing a lot of signs, two bounces, but by this moment, not even single, just out of the loop. 6 runs again for his name.
I tell you something, somehow I saw it coming. Of course, Martin Ondeko has been tossing those balls, trying to make sure that he tempts these batters into hitting. Unfortunately, this time round, he does it to a wrong batter. Zed Khan with the first maximum of the game. Another one straight down the ground. But there is a man, Coach Leke. It's good for players to see you fielding well the way you love them to field. Stops that one to only a single, and that will mark the end of the fifth over. 34 for 2 is the score after 5 overs here at the Gahanga main oval.
Not bad start with the batting, but also a not bad start for the bowling side, because if you are picking wickets in that way, shows how you are you want more to take more wickets. 2 wickets so far in 5 overs, 34, and another change of bowling when maybe number 16 in the back coming to bowl the first over, and that will be the last over for the power play, having two guys only, and they only have long gone in place, and even a cow corner in the place in this on this end of the pavilion, and where the bowler is going to be coming from, when Nebi with the ball in hand. Zaidi Khan asking for some time just to make sure he's not sweating in the palm, just not to be striding with the bats. That is Zaidi Khan, who is on 21 or 34 runs have scored yet, and that is it. The one with the bat to strike the ball. Now, other than Zaidi Khan in the middle. First ball to be released. A short delivery, a good shot over the cover, and that another 4 runs. Very brilliant and safe place to be getting the boundaries here at the first ground of Gahanga. Look at that one. Very good intent there by Zaidi Khan. Just go under the ball and make sure he picks up the gap.
The ball search taking some bit of time. But what a stroke there from Zaid Khan. Intent and aggression there in that shot. Of course, the umpire is taking some time there to make sure that he inspects the ball before play continues. If you're just joining in, this is a game between the 4 o'clock from Nigeria and the ABAKAMBWE from Rwanda. Of course, a social event here. Another short ball there, but not punished. Given a lot of width, Zedkan trying to throw his hands at it, but not getting contact. Good comeback there from the Nigerian team. Wenebi doing some good work there from the side of the pavilion. This is the last over to end the power play here at the Gahanga. Played with power. Martin puts his body down to the ground, but not managing to stop it. And these two batters will take a comfortable double.
Very good shot there, but also another good effort from Martin, though he didn't stop it at once, but that was a hard shot. And that is also shows how Zed is anger of runs. And I know he really enjoys this game more.
Another shimmy down the track, and he hits that one, just a bounce until it goes out. 4 runs from Zedikan. Zed looks to be holding the bull by the horns and are doing things here for the ABAKAMBWE.
And that was going to the Rexton, but he just created the room himself and access that V side that is very hard to be played as a batter. But by this moment, he picks it up, and that was it. Zaid Khan picking another 4 runs. And I'm telling you, on those 44 runs, he just contributed with the 31 runs. Very interesting.
Another short ball. This time he hits it again. Hits it in the gap. Still towards the long on boundary. And another boundary there for Zaid Khan. Good strokes there from Zaid Khan. Back boundaries there to mark the end of the purple. Look at that one there. Just slogs it with a lot of power. It was in the slot. A hit me ball. And the captain for the side had nothing much to do but rather see it sail away. Of course, some of the Ugandan players there, the players for the Victoria Pearls, having their lunch on time there right up at the pavilion here at the Gahanga. The names there, Proskovia, Alako, Sarah Kiteng, Fiona Kulumi, all coming in to watch this game. But after the power play, the ABAKAMBWE will stand at 48 for 2. Zedikani already with 35. And Ndanga Eric with 5 already. Martin Ondeko will come back to bowl from the side of the airport. The umpire there just signaling the end of the power play. If you're just joining in, 4 o'clock won the toss and elected to bowl first. Down the ground there from Eric Ndanga. He knows that he will just need to rotate the strike, make sure that Zaid Khan is facing a lot more. He's been there from ball number 1. He's seen it all. So you need to try and make sure that you let him have that strike and try and make sure that he gets his team to a very good total. Nearly gets that one. His stamps. Zedikan playing it with soft hands. But that's some nice comeback delivery there from Martin Ondeko. Given the fact that in the previous over, he considered a maximum from that most aggressive Zedikan. On the back foot and a dot ball. This should have been the plan for Martin Ondeko, to try and make sure that you ball it full. Don't give Zedikan a lot of room because he's known for his power and aggression. A shimmy down the track and he knocks him over. Good bowling there from Martin Ondeko. Ever since these two started playing each other, this is the first time Zedikan will not score a half century. A good delivery there from Martin Ondeko will see Zedkan off. The ABAKAMBWE will lose their third wicket. But good thinking there from Martin Ondeko to see off the aggressive Zedkan. He'll be disappointed by himself. Went out of his crease a bit early. Look at that one there. Missed it. And Martin Ondeko knocked him over. But look at the celebration there. That's what that wicket means to the 4 o'clock who are looking for the first victory here in Rwanda. I tell you, the departure of that big wicket of Zedkan, we will see things slowing down a bit here at the Gahanga. .49 for 3 is now the score. Trying to make sure that they bowl everything well. Vip Kumar will be the new batter in for the ABAKAMBWE. Well, runs we are flowing on board, but at this moment, I would love to see the ABAKAMBWE taking care of their wickets column. Of course, there is some batting in their lineup there. Then Atham Sali, Deusum Humza coming in to boost that side. But you don't need to lose many wickets because every time you keep losing the wickets, the pressure keeps mounting on the other batters. And of course, as known for the game of cricket, one brings two. Vip Kumar in. 4 o'clock, one day toss and elected to bowl first in this game. They've batted first in all the previous editions. So they will need to bowl well and get to a total that they can chase. A little tickle down to the fine leg area. Just one run off that good shot. Of course, a vacant fine leg area. We see it's the wicketkeeper who collects that one. So Martin Ondeko needs to know that he's not having protection backwards of the square and on the leg side. So try and bowl outside off stump or bowl stump to stump. Let them drive. Eric Ndanga. Very full on that occasion, and that is it. Chance for a catch, and the catch is taken there by the coach for Nigeria, Leke. 2 wickets for Martin Ondeko in the over. Good thinking. He bowls it full. Ndanga falls for the trap. ABAKAMBWE lose another wicket. Look at those celebrations there. Two wickets falling in this over, and this is what I said earlier on. The runs seemed to be flowing, but at the moment, they need to take care of that wicket column. Very full on that occasion. A full toss, a hit me ball. It is not hit with enough power. Pablo Leke takes that catch from the long on area and the wicket to mark the end of the 7th over. 50 for 4 is the score. Mani Irambo na Desire is the new batter in for the ABAKAMBWE. Wenebi has the ball in his hands, ball the 8th over of the game from the side of the pavilion. At this moment, you would see that at 4 o'clock is trying to get ahead of things, get those wickets very quickly, and add more pressure to the side. Just adjusting the field there, the wicket keeper for the team, Wenebi, to start off the 8th over. Good block there from Kumar. A dot ball, very fruitful for the 4 o'clock side.
Very good comeback for this team of 4 o'clock, having these 2 wickets after Zaidi giving them a hard task and a hard time there.
Chance for a catch. He flies up in the sky. Wenebi makes that look very, very easy. He takes a catch in his fall through, and a half of the batters have departed. The new batter in is the head coach for the Rwanda women's team, but the man from Zimbabwe, he's loudly applauded there. Many will be looking to see what Coach Leonard Namboro will be doing in there. But look at that catch. Good stuff there being done by the 4 o'clock. Leonard Nambro there in for the side. Leonard Nambro has aggressive batters in the Rwanda women's team in the names of Beresa Murekatete, Shakira Nyomuhoza, Clarissa Omutoniwase. But he's been sending them, of course, to bat with many instructions during the 11th edition of the Kwibuka. And now it's time for us to see what he has to do for the ABAKAMBWE. Wenebi to Leonard. Rocks back. What a beautiful shot there from Leonard. Good drive shot there. He shows you that he's not giving anything away. And of course, that shot coming from the middle of the bat. Promising signs there from Leonard. One to the pads. Flicks it backward of the square. And Leonard Nambro will get off the mark with the boundary. Good precision there from him. He judges it well and scores a boundary there for the ABAKAMBWE.
Look at that one. That shows how he's watching the ball. And that bat normally calls it as a machine. By this moment, is giving a magic 4 runs to start off with as second ball of it to face in this game.
Another one there. Ball full on that occasion. A bit of but I got the ball in the end. Good stuff here. Good comeback. That's the president for the Nigeria Cricket Federation, Uwe Akpata. Of course, Rwanda and Nigeria, great friends. You've always seen the women's team for Rwanda going to Nigeria to play in the Nigerian Invitation, a tournament which did not happen this year. But the female Greens of Nigeria coming to play in the 11th edition of Kwibuka. End of over number 8. 54 for 5 is the score on board. Some of the fans, they are coming out here at the Gahanga main over to try and make sure that they watch this game. Of course, for the last about 14 days, a lot has been happening here. 9 teams have been battling it out during the 11th edition of Kwibuka, a women's T20 international tournament that came to close yesterday. Of course, in a game where Tanzania defeated the Zimbabwe High Performance Camp team. But there will be a bowling change for the 4 o'clock from the side of the airport. Jersey number 7 will be the new bowler, Abraham Oviawe. Resume what could be the plan here for the ABAKAMBWE. Wickets seem to be falling very quickly.
It's just a matter of giving value their wicket. Look at this solid shot, solid defense there. But that's what they need to do most, is that desire who faced at the ball. And that is also the partnership to take them through. Having those 2 batters in the middle will help them until maybe on 15th or 13th over. It will be better for the team, not losing another wicket.
Half chance for a catch there. Goes begging. Abraham needed to fly to try and make sure that he could get hold of that one. Look at that replay there right in your frame. He just taps it up in the air. Oh, a few inches away from Abraham, and it falls in the no man's land. Knocks him over. I tell you something, the 4 o'clock team are running right here at the Gahanga main oval. Wickets are falling in quick succession. In the previous about 3 overs, the ABAKAMBWE have been losing a wicket. At this time round, they need to take care of that wicket column. Send in batters who can try and make sure that they hold in there. But what a disappointment there for Desire as he departs.
Wala ball was that. Look at the swing. Swing and miss, but not missing the stump, and that was 8. Another wicket. Going down. Team ABAKAMBWE in trouble. 4 o'clock on the top after having that partnership of Zedikan and Ndanga Eric. None of other batter who has given them more than 5 runs. They're just going having a boundary. General Manager of Rwanda Cricket Association Ibiringiro Emmanuel depart in as a 6th batter into the middle, finding in Renard Nambulo, head coach of Rwanda women's national team.
I tell you something, it will be very interesting to see how these two try and hold things here for the side. Biringiro Emmanuel comes in at a time where his team is in a lot of trouble. They've already lost 6 wickets. So one of the things that I will need to do is try and make sure that he doesn't give anything away. Don't throw away your wicket. Keep in there and just play some good cricket. One to the pads, and the umpire obliges. Emmanuel not going for the Australian technique of not looking back. He looks back, but he will have to depart. 7th wicket for the 4 o'clock. I tell you something, Rosine, the 4 o'clock are now all over the ABAKAMBWE, who have never lost a game at home. Disappointed, but Emma Biringiro will have to depart.
Very, very, very disappointing. Going with the first ball, again a wicket. We normally call it a golden duck.
Yeah, Emmanuel Biringiro will fall for a golden duck. I tell you something, the 4 o'clock team trying to make sure that they exert more pressure on the ABAKAMBWE. But the departure, look at that replay there right in your frame. But I tell you something, looked like that was missing stumps down the leg or pitched outside leg. But in the end, the umpire is the sole judge and the decision maker. The new batter in for the ABAKAMBWE, some bit of Arsenal coming from Uganda. Deus Diditi Muhumuza, former vice captain for the Cricket Cranes, the senior men's team of Uganda. Deus Muhumuza is currently the head coach for the Victoria Pearls, the team that finished 3rd in the 11th edition of Kwibuka. Of course, sent into early retirement because of some bit of an injury. But I tell you, he's been going through his recovery sessions. And I think he is one of the batters who can try and make sure that they stabilize things for the ABAKAMBWE. At this moment, clearly ABAKAMBWE are in trouble. They've lost many big wickets. Zedkan, who has been always scoring for them runs, departing before crossing the half-century mark. He will look back and reflect and say he did not have to make a shimmy down the track. But those Muhums are there in taking some bit of his time and getting ready into his game. 54 for 7. Taking some bit of time there to adjust the field. The ABAKAMBWE not doing any mistake. Making sure that they send in a battle and try and make sure that he stabilizes things for them. The 4 o'clock also not making any mistake, setting the right field for those Diditi Muhumuza. Very, very full on that occasion. But it is flicked to the square leg area. These two know that they will have to run a lot between the wickets. And they push for yet another double. Leonard Namburo might run out of adrenaline if he keeps taking these twos.
A lot of voices here on the ground. Two coaches, but different country to be coached, but also another collection of skills on the middle.
Yeah, of course, Leonard Namburo, they're the head coach for Rwanda. Plays it. Beautiful shot there from Deus Diditi Muhumuza. They will take a single, but top stuff being displayed by these two. Of course, with some players watching from wherever they are, there are players who play for Rwanda, including Rosine herself watching his coach play Amazing scenes. And the other players for the Victoria Pearls also coming around to watch their head coach Deusdit Rumumza play. Some of the fans who are right here who have come to watch this beautiful game of cricket happening between the ABAKAMBWE from Rwanda and the 4 o'clock from Nigeria. End of over number 9, 57 for 7 is now the score for Team ABAKAMBWE. Of course, 4 o'clock won the toss and elected to bowl first in this game. For all the times they have batted first, they have lost, including one of the games where they scored 180. Very, very full, but just played to the point area. Those who did to Humza doesn't look like he will throw it away anytime.
Yeah, he seems to be valuing the wicket, and he knows that it's only 3 wickets to end up the game. And look at the score; doesn't tell you much. A good shot there, and that's a 4 runs. Yeah, sure it is. Ricky tried to go for it, but not even closer to that. Another 4 runs for the name of Muhumuza. I think it's his first boundary.
Yeah, first boundary for those did it to Humza. He has 6 already from 3 deliveries. But I tell you, that was the first time the ball went for Ricky Tete. He's been so silent in the field. Unfortunately, the only thing he could do was fetching it from outside. Stability looks to be coming. A short ball there. Deus Muhumuza tries to slog at it. Chance for a run out. Goes for the bull's eye, but doesn't quite connect. I tell you something, Rosine, if that had hit the stumps, the story would have been different. Maybe we could have some bit of a replay here.
I would like to see him just trying to stride or drag that bat down, because once they get uh,
Well, that chance is put down at the mid wicket area. Sorry, that is mid on. Of course, Nambro trying to slog that one, but they're not getting enough bat onto it. He's given a second life.
yeah, that second life, he normally knows that if the batter got that second life, he just caused trouble to the team. Is he going to do the same? Another one, second one, second chance. What is the medicine does he offer to those players in the middle? Very, very funny.
I tell you something, Leonard Nambro living dangerously here at the Gahanga main oval, giving away 2 back-to-back chances. These chances may come again to haunt the 4 o'clock. Very full, and that is hit away. A shot of style. Hit for a maximum. Oh, correction. Hit for a boundary there. Good fine shot there from Leonard Namburo.
I would like to have it on a replay. Seems to be a good shot, because with the end I have seen it ending up with, we need to see it again. Enjoy it together.
Yeah, that's the replay there right in your frame. Very, very short. Leonard Namburo. Oh, no, sorry, that is the chance which was put down earlier on at the mid-on area. Of course, Leonard Namburo living dangerous at the moment. Another one put down there by the wicket keeper. He took time to react, but putting his body down to the ground. Namburo has been the man this time round. He gets one to his pads, plays it back out of the square, down to the fine leg area, and for yet another boundary there. And after 10 overs, 66 for 7 is the score, Team ABAKAMBWE.
At one point, they seem to be in trouble, but by this moment, a very good comeback. After getting those 2 chances, also he get a boundary to complete those 66 runs, none other than Renard Namburo with Muhumuza all the way from Uganda.
It's a time where you see Zimbabwe meeting Uganda, meeting Rwanda, meeting Nigeria, all happening in one game. Atole who bowled the first over for the 4 o'clock will come again to bowl from the side of the airport. It's a time where they need to just clear up some of these batters. Very short, down the leg, extras. Measures his run up again, this time reducing it a bit. Tayo Atoleye flights it, play down the ground. A single there for ABAKAMBWE to keep the scoreboard ticking here at the Gahanga main oval.
And this is what they need to do a lot. If they're not getting a lot of boundaries, they just need to take those singles. But with this,
Tries to flick it to the square leg area, but Wenebi standing very, very close. I tell you something, these two batters are looking very set. Despite Leon Namburo giving away 2 chances in the previous over, it doesn't look like the batter will be giving away his wicket anytime soon. But of course, we've just seen 10 overs being played. You have over 50 balls to play. Just to stay in there. Beautiful defensive shot there from Leonard. He's given an appetizer, but he doesn't go for it. Atoleye trying to think again to see how he can get a wicket here for the 4 o'clock. Get the 8th and add more pressure. Anytime they can crumble. Another one down the leg. Another wide in the over. We've seen Atoleye trying to attack in this over. The first delivery of the over went down the leg for a wide. He bowls another one down the leg for a wide. Trying to make sure that he attacks stumps, he attacks the pads, ball is close to the batter. Don't give Leonard room. A bit of a floater. This time round, it is tickled down to the short fine area. Another strike rotation and a single added onto the total here. Good ball there from Atoleye.
it seems to be a good ball, but also well dealt by Muhomuza. This partnership, I'm telling you, this is the one to stretch the game until to the 20th over because it's only 3 wickets. Once one of them get out, it's gonna be hard. Swing the bat, but also miss the ball and miss at the stump, miss at the wicket keeper, and that is a wide ball again. An extra run to Team ABAKAMBWE.
Actually, extra 2 runs there for ABAKAMBWE. This partnership knows the task it has. Of course, even just keeping in and try and play these 4 o'clock fielders will get tired and you can score free in the last 5. Very, very full on that occasion. I tell you something, if that was bowled straight, Leonard Nambro was going to fall for the trap. Those flighted deliveries are always appetizing, but when you miss it, you end up paying for the price. A wide in the end.
We would like to have it on a replay because that ball was very, very tricky. And that caused Renard Namburo to be more wanting of it, but ending up by missing it.
Another flighted one. This time round, he plays it over the infield, down to the long off, and a single. Well, that single mark at the end of the over. And after 11 overs, score is 74 for a loss of 7. Some of the people who are coming to support in this game, Zapi Bimenyimana sitting there with his sister, Diane Bimenyimana. Wakanda, very, very popular on this ground. But Eric Nyomgawa, part of the people who also play for the men's team, Remy Singzwa, an umpire, all coming to watch this beautiful game. Right in your from there. But the umpire will call for some bit of drinks because this is a social event where you're seeing people who are above 45, above 50 playing. So you don't need to keep them in the sun. Let them get some bit of refreshment. Let them get some bit of water before play continues. It's been a bright sunny day here at Gahanga, the city of Kigali, where we are broadcasting this game live. It's just a social game happening between the ABAKAMBWE from Rwanda and 4 o'clock from Nigeria. These are some of the highlights that are happening in your frame. That's the stroke that took Leonard number of strike. Zedkan there has been firing early in the game, scoring boundaries. Everything that came to his pads went for boundaries. Look at that half chance that fell between Ui Akpata, where Zedkan could have batted maybe. That ball there from from Tete that knocked over Tagamukama. Another one driven powerfully there from Ndanga Eric for a boundary. And that is the shot that went for one bounce. How Zedkan welcomed Martin Ondeko into the bowling attack. Another one was bowled full. He played it well down the ground for the first maximum in the game. Zedkan was the man on fire, hitting everything, dispatching everything outside, off stump for a boundary. Another one there, another boundary there that was scored by Zedkan down the ground. So fired up, scoring many. Martin Ondeko knocked Zedkan over, but the celebration there from Martin. Look at that one. He knows how big this wicket was for his side. Shortly after Ndanga Eric falling for the trap, going for a full toss, and a catch by Pablo saw him off. Another easy one there from Wenebi as he saw Vip Kumar. It's all been happening here. Leonard number, of course, getting off the mark with that boundary there that you see in your frame, flicking one backward of the square and scoring that boundary. Desiree being knocked over and also departing. Emmanuel Birinjiro going and not troubling the scorers anyway. Trapped LBW off the first delivery and another wicket there. Dosum Humza got off the mark with a double, but got another boundary there for the side. That half chance there that was put down at the mid-on by Leonard Nambro. Another chance put down by the wicket keeper. Leonard Nambro living dangerous at the moment, but still living anyway. That beautiful shot there from Leonard, playing it back out of the square for yet another boundary. Amazing scenes, good things happening here in the city of Kigali. This match is between ABAKAMBWE from Rwanda and 4 o'clock from Nigeria. This is a social game, a game where 4 o'clock won the toss and elected to bowl first. Of course, 4 times 4 o'clock have been coming and playing here in this city of Kigali, but losing. ABAKAMBWE have never lost a game at home soil. They've beaten Abagurus from Uganda. They beat the entire team from Uganda last year. They've been beating 4 o'clock every time they face them. But looks like 4 o'clock this time round is trying to do things right, try and make sure that they hand the ABAKAMBWE the first victory at home soil. We are already back for the action. Wenebi will come to bowl from the side of the pavilion, and this is the 12th over of the game. 73 for 7 is the score after 11 overs. Leonard Nambro, the head coach for the Rwanda senior women's team, and Deusdedit Mumza, the head coach for the Victoria Pearls, the senior women's team of Uganda, are the batters in there. Ishimi down the track there from Leonard Nambro. Plays it to Rick Tete. A bit of a fumble there from Rick Tete, but they take only 1 run. Should be the first ball that has been fielded by Rick Tete. A man of style, Ricky. that movement there. Good bowling there from Wenebi. This is ABAKAMBWE up against 4 o'clock. Another one bowled full. Delstiri Muhumza says thank you. And a maximum there for ABAKAMBWE. That beautiful strike will help the ABAKAMBWE get to the 80 runs mark. Look at that shot there. Fine shot there from Delstiri Muhumza. Just getting his foot in the right position and hitting it with good power and precision down to the deep square leg area for another maximum. Whenever going so close on that occasion, you need not to get to the pads because these two batters have shown that they are very strong on the leg side. Another short ball dubbed down the ground. Mid-on chipping in the dive. And a single run added onto the total for the ABAKAMBWE. Bowls it quick. He rocks back. And he drives it very well to the extra cover area. A single run there for Leonard. Muhumuza and Leonard trying to make sure that they milk as more runs as they can. Get ABAKAMBWE to a total that they can easily defend. Flies it with a lot of power. Ephraim, the captain for the side, stops it that one, but they will run very quickly and pick up that double. Good work being done by these two batters. The running between the wickets has been so good. And despite all 7 wickets falling in this match, we have not seen a run out. End of over number 12. 84 for 7 is the score. There are some of the players, of course, they are in a mix-up. The ABAKAMBWE sitting together with the 4 o'clock. Of course, no hate, no wahala. It's just a social game where people will come around, play as they sip their tea, play as they sip their water, play as they enjoy all the flavors that are around this beautiful city of Kigali. 84 for 7 after 12 is now the score on board.
I have a question here, Sajabi. What would you do if you were the 4 o'clock coach to stop these runs because they're moving so quickly? Because I left when the runs was on 66 and it's only 3 overs past. What could you tell the players to do?
Of course, what I could tell the players to do at this moment, try and make sure that they look for that wicket as much as possible because these two batters have now grown into the game. So if you can break this partnership, you have a chance. Rocks back, plays it in the gap. They are chasing themselves to get to. I just love the running between the wickets between Leonard and Delstiri Muhumuza. Of course, this is what they keep telling the players: run as hard as you can. They are getting the doubles and making sure that they keep the scoreboard ticking.
That's a very good example as coaches to show the players it's not about talking about them. It's also can be put in action, and they are doing it very well because this is the partnership that brought the game back, though it was seems to be on the side of 4 o'clock. And now another single taken by Leonard Namburo. Very solid shot and shot of authority there. Even tried to go on the back foot, access that long off to have that single. And that is a safe place to play.
Yeah, I tell you something. Delstiri Muhumuza and Leonard Namburo have been very cautious with their choice of shots. Of course, looking for the gaps and making sure that they get many runs as they can for the ABAKAMBWE. Beautiful stroke there from Delstiri Muhumuza. Nobody move, nobody gets hurt, but that goes out for a maximum. Flated, and Muhumuza says, thank you.
Yeah, sure, it is a maximum shot. And that is Mohamuza. Look at that one. wait, not a lot of movement or action, to just stand and deliver for it. Not even any fielder who moved on the position, just waiting for it to run and nowhere to chase it from.
I tell you something, when the 4 o'clock team picked the 7th wicket, you could quickly feel that it was getting over. But Adeo Stadium Humza at the moment and Leonard Namburu show clearly that they are meaning business. Of course, not giving anything away, but good shot there being played. Nice stuff being put on display here. Taking some bit of time to look for the ball. 93 runs for a loss of 7 wickets after 12 overs. Anything above 130 should be defendable. There will be protection on the other side of the long off boundary. The 4 o'clock at the moment setting the field. Everywhere they are seeing the ball being hit. Another short ball there, but that will be judged wide. Extras taking things close to 100 runs. He tries to ball it quick, but it will run away for a wide. Another wide. He doesn't want to get close. Those Muhums are following the other previous stroke that has gone for 6.
A big loud there by the bowler being disappointed by that ball, but you can't change things. You just need to go and repeat that ball. By this moment, seems to be full, but also resiness being applied by Muhumuza by playing that ball seems to be a full toss, but also on the leg side. Maybe he was just protecting the stumps.
I tell you, those appetizing balls can easily make you fall for the trap of being bowled. Soft hands down to the slip region. No run. Dirty ball. End of over number 13. 95 for 7 is now the score on board for Team ABAKAMBWE. The team that has never lost a game on home soil looked to be in trouble, but Deus Diditi Muhumza and Leonard Namburo trying to fight back and bring back things for the side. This game is happening live here at the Gahanga main oval. If you're just joining in, 4 o'clock won the toss and elected to bowl first. 4 o'clock has never won a game on this soil. They had a good start, but at the moment they look to be throwing it away. 95 for 7 after 13 could quickly end into 150 after 20. Pablo Leke will come back to bowl from the side of the pavilion.
And as a reminder, he's the one who picks up the first 2 wickets. And he seems to be the one who is also spinning the ball a lot.
And of course, he is a coach with the Nigerian women's team. So it will be really interesting stuff here being displayed. 2 coaches. The coach for Rwanda is in. The coach for Uganda is also in. The bowler is a coach with the female yellow greens, and the wicketkeeper is also a coach with the female yellow greens. So a lot of coaching happening Taking some time there to set the field. A shimmy down the track, but not given room. Good start there to the over. 4 o'clock going for the prime bowlers, try and make sure that they don't throw it away. Pablo Leke. Leonard down to one knee, but what a shot! Down to the bunkers. Maximum from Leonard. Good choice, good precision, good stroke there from Leonard. That shot will make all the fans celebrate, but look at that stroke there. Down to one knee, Leonard. He plies it so nice. And to the bunker. Good stroke there. Leke needs to be nice, tight, and tidy. Another one there. Played down to the mid on for yet another single. Beautiful cricket being played. Score a maximum, rotate the strike.
Very, very interesting and well played from Leonard Namburo. That shows how he's not about teaching the players to do that, but he can also deliver. Another good shot there. Coaches being coaches, it's just coach against coach, but different countries. By now, 3 countries being involved: Rwanda, Nigeria, and even Uganda.
Not forgetting Zimbabwe, where Leonard Nambro comes from. Down to one knee. Dos Muhumza. Massive strike there for yet another boundary. Runs are now flowing. 100 already up for the side. 106 for 7 after 13. I tell you something, if 4 o'clock cannot break this partnership, it will quickly be over for them. They need to do a lot of good work in the first innings. Another soft touch there. Backwards of point. They will just take a single.
With the way they are lining, that shows also each and everyone want to face, and that is it. But also, good cricket there being shown up by 2 coaches, Muhammad and Leonard. But also, Pablo is the bowler.
Good block. Solid with his defense there, Leonard Nambro. End of over number 14. 107 for 7 is the score after 14 overs.
Leonard Namburo on 22, Muhammad 29.
Of course, the fans who've come around this afternoon should be very, very happy with what they are seeing. Some of the Victoria Pulse players right there up at the pavilion here at Gahanga watching their coaches do stuff here. It's amazing cricket being played. I think one of the things that around the cricket association you should be looking at is maybe having this game played before the Kwibuka comes to an end. Make sure that you have the semi-finals played. Actually, with the fixture that we had this year, Rosin, I think with the semi-finals being played the day before yesterday in the morning, you could have the placement in the afternoon. So that in the morning you come and play this game between the 4 o'clock and the ABAKAMBWE, then have the final in the afternoon.
That will also be like motivation for the young players to see, even the old people, like all the oldest people trying to play cricket. And with this shot and bowling you are seeing here, some can get some reasons, not much, but also can be motivated with what they can see, like Team Cameroon, Marawi, and those Sierra Leones.
Chance for a catch, but it just falls down short of the fielder. Deus Muhumza will live to die another day. I tell you something, a player like Tino Sarah, who has never seen Deus play in her entire life, currently playing for the Victoria Pearls, could be very happy seeing his coach. But players like Martin Ondeko played for the under-19 team. Many didn't see him play. I also just saw him playing in the league. I have seen him bowl in these Abagurus games. He shows that he's nice and tight with his spin. But of course, these are amazing scenes happening here at the Gahanga main oval. It's the first time actually for me to see Leonard Nambro play. So he makes a shimmy down the track. Chance for a run out. Chance for a stamping. Loud appeal by the umpire Dube. Just running in to organize the furniture. Good things happening in the land of 1,000 hills. The umpire there taking some bit of time. But what a game we have on our cards here, Rosine. 108, we are in the 15th over. But I tell you, if these two batters stay in, Leonard Namburu and Deusi Timhumza, this score could quickly end at 150. And in my opinion, it will be very hard for the ABAKAMBWE to throw it away. Back. Plays it down to the gully area. Oi Akapata with the nice pick up there. They take a single and keep the scoreboard counting. These two have always gotten a boundary in every over. Very, very full there from Martin Ondeko. And those three Muhumza will play it backwards to the to the fine leg boundary. And that will be another boundary there for the side. Massive stroke there from Deus.
An impressive shot there by Den Muhumza, who is there together with Renard. They have been having a good partnership. And by this moment, they started off when it was 50 on the board. But by this moment, 113 on the board. For 7 still. Not even trying to give the wicket cheaply. Another 4 runs again on the name of Muhumza, coach of team Senior Women Uganda.
Yeah, Muhumza standing and delivering on that occasion. Back boundaries there from him. But what a stroke that he has made. Martin Ondeko flating it. Muhumza says, I can see you. Plays it down to the longer off for yet another boundary. And after 15 overs, 117 for 7 is now the score. Because when you look at the batting lineup for the ABAKAMBWE, Stephen Musale yet to bat. Charles Haba, the father of cricket in Rwanda, also yet to bat. So you would chance these two batters to try and make sure that they milk as much as they can. Pablo Leke will come to bowl from the side of the pavilion. Leke comes from the state of Kaduna in Nigeria. He's bowling his last over. Shot down to the captain of the side. Beautiful stop there from Ephraim. And just 1 run off that stroke.
A very good looking shot there from Renard Namburo. Just accessing the extra cover. That shows how he is in the game and seems to be no pressure on the batting side.
Down to 1 knee. Plays it to the mid-wicket area. Good shot. Will run away for 4 runs. Field day settings there. Extra cover comes up. Mid-wicket goes down. Plan for Leke might be bowling to the leg side because he's putting a lot of protection on the onside. Of course, the fielders outside, long on, long off, cow corner, and the deep mid-wicket. Massive delivery there from Leke. Every dot ball that they will get at this time of the game will be very fruitful for them because these two batters, Deus and Leonard, have now entered into the game. Plays it down to the point area, run out chance. Not the best of throws there, and easy to there for the ABAKAMBWE.
Very good working there with picking the ball but poor throwing from that fielder. But also another good awareness of the two batters, knowing that the ball has gone. They also took another runs to add on to the number.
A bit of a flatted delivery there. Deus Mhumza plays it well for yet another maximum. There was a field and it just went over his head. Leke disappointed as his last ball of his fourth over has gone for a boundary. Look at that one there. Deus creating room and slogging it. Flying. I think if he was backwards, maybe closer to the boundary, maybe he could have had a chance of stopping that one or even taking the catch.
Yeah, surely he moves inside to Ari. It was just like 2 steps from the boundary waiting for the catch. But that moment, he seems to be in 5 steps, and that's what ends up by giving it as another 4 runs to the name of Pablo. Another good score there, 128 on the board, 16 overs done.
Four o'clock up against ABAKAMBWE. I tell you something, Razin, the way these teams are named. Of course, these are people who played cricket and who have been around the game, who reach at an age and say, let's also keep playing the game. In Uganda, we have the Abagurus who also play this type of cricket. Of course, it's a social event cricket, but 4 o'clock making theirs with style, making it an English one. Maybe a Nigerian word could have given some bit of flair, but 4 o'clock with some bit of style. Abraham comes back, but starts off her over with a wide. Good stop there from the wicket keeper. Of course, not letting it go away and not giving them another run. 48 already for Deus Mhumza, 2 runs shy of getting a half century, and 24 for Leonard, who's been in. Eshimi down the track, plays it through the cover area, down to the extra cover for another single. Good stuff here. Ricky Tete, some good work there to stop that one.
Yeah, that was a very good looking good throw from Leketete. They are deep in extra cover, but also good use of it from Renard Namburo. That shows how he is in the game. And I'm telling you, once it's only 2 runs for Muhumza to get 50 and seems to be struggling as normal it is for these abattas of in this continent of Africa. Once I get on 48 on, they normally struggled, but hopefully I'm going to see him complete this score.
Another wide. Abraham struggling with his lane. So far giving away 2 free runs. You don't need to give away many of these because the runs on board are already many. 131 already. Could quickly turn out to be 150 or even higher than that. He needs to bowl some nice and tidy line. A floater. Oh, that is put down at covers. Commentators cast nearly folded those three team Humza. But you live tonight another day, get a single and make his score 49.
Sajab, I was going to be very, very disappointed trying to find the zip to zip my mouth because that was going to be considered as passes from this box. And hopefully that he's going to get that 50. A good trade there from Renard Namburo. And that is 4 runs, of course. No one to chase the ball.
Yeah, he's played many of those. Get down to one knee and send it backwards down to the fine leg area. Actually, even they showed that got Leonard number of the mark was a flick backwards of the square. He's been very, very strong in that region. And again, to the bowlers, don't bowl it to his body. Bowl it outside of stump. Bowl it close or bowl it stump to stump. Look at that half chance there, which was put down at covers. Those did it to Mumza going for a powerful stroke. But the field at covers not holding onto that catch. Mumza now on 49. Leonard now on 29. Synonymous figures here. This is 4 o'clock up against ABAKAMBWE. Ah, a shot of style there. Plays it down to long off. Single. Bring 137 up. And bring those little Mumuza on strike again.
Ivan, I'm telling you, this is very, very a good example as a coach to have this shot in place when you are playing this kind of cricket. Just not being afraid of getting out, making a few steps to get closer to the ball, and very easy to get that single. Another wide being stretched by umpire Thierry there in the middle.
They still did it to Muhammad in need of just one run. That he will have to wait. Abraham still bowling extras down the leg. $139 for 7. Just one ball to complete the 17th over. Let's see how Deus Muhammad gets to that half-century mark. A floater. Deus plays it to covers. Oh my goodness! And is a catch is taken, and Deus Muhammad will have to depart before crossing the 50 runs mark. Good thinking there from Abraham. He gave him a floater. Deus rocked back to play it, but doesn't take it anyway. He was dropped at that particular point at covers, and again, that's where the catch is taken, and he will depart with only 49.
Very, very disappointed by the word we said, Ari, and that is it. 49. And that was a trap made by Ebora just to make it very, very slow. Look at that one. Go. It was far. He just needed to go and get closer to that, but he tried to cut it, but unfortunately, he found the hands of cover, and that was it. A big man in, none other than Evod. He's also a player of Challengers team in this Rwanda. Also, he puts on the trousers of the crab. Means I'm Umukambwe, but also I like my crab.
Yeah, Evode, he's been doing a lot of good work in the recently concluded 11th edition of Kwibuka as the venue manager. Of course, trying to make sure that he comes here very early and make sure that things are set and are in good place, and making sure that things are in order here at Gahanga A and Gahanga B. But he's known for his powerful strokes. Evode, of course, challengers failing to chase a mere about 120 runs and losing out to the IPRC Kigali, who won the T20 league this year. Evode now comes in to do some batting. Martin Ondeko will change bowling ends. He's bowled all his other overs from the other side of the airport, and now he'll be coming in to bowl from the side of the pavilion. Ebode is nicknamed Bienvenue. Bienvenue to mean you're welcome.
That's a French word, which means bienvenue. C'est comme welcome in English. And I don't know why do they call him like that. Maybe he normally likes to welcome people.
Maybe he's a welcoming person, but of course, Ebode is a welcoming guy. One of the people you always go to when you need something around. Martin Ondeko will now bowl to Leonard Namburo. Four o'clock, taking their time to set a very good field, and now they're dropping extra covers. They'll have extra covers, long on, long off, mid wicket, short, through his hands for another boundary. Massive stroke there from Leonard. Of course, Martin trying to bowl to his field. He set a strong field on the onside, but a good shot there from Leonard Namburo to get another boundary there for the ABAKAMBWE. Full toss. Down to one knee. Down to deep square leg. And a single.
That Leonard seems to be the one who likes to play on the knees, and that is the way he get a lot of runs compared to this offside. Because he have been, even the start off with the boundary, it was on leg side. Maybe his own player.
Bienvenue. Oh. A bit full there from Martin Ondeko. But Evode not playing it away. Just playing it down to the ground. Taking some time to get into the game. Rocks back. And he plays the cover area. Chance of a run out. He's running quick. And the umpire says Evode will depart without scoring. He chips in a dive. Unfortunately, a little bit late. Evode will have to depart. And the 4 o'clock will now pick up their 9th wicket. Good work there. Martin Ondeko collecting it in front of the stumps. A look at that throw there from that field that covers. Clearly that was out. Evode chipped in the dive, but a bit late. Tayo with that good throw. And a wicket for the 4 o'clock. Amazing scenes happening here at Gahanga main oval. 144 for 9 after 17 overs is now the score. The new batter takes taking some bit of time before he comes in. Current president of the Rwanda Cricket Association, Stephen Musale, a man who knows that this game has a lot of bragging rights. He keeps telling everyone that Rwanda, ABAKAMBWE have never lost at home soil. Now it will be his turn to try and make sure that he gets some runs for the team. Two presidents hugging each other. The president of the Nigerian Cricket Federation, Uyi Akpata, just number 1, welcoming Stephen Musale in. This is a social game. 144 for 9 after 17 overs. Martin Ondeko. Of course, you would think that 4 o'clock need 1 wicket to complete the first innings, but I tell you, Rosine, 12 batters are going to bat in this game. Historical in its nature, but it's all happening here at Gahanga. Martin,
That is why it is social game.
chipped up. That is running away. Rick Tete. Nice and easy. 1 run onto the total.
And the big man himself on the strike is none other than Stephen Musadi, the chairman of Rwanda Cricket Association, and also the hosting team, ABAKAMBWE of Rwanda. He's now coming in as number 10. What a batter he is!
Stephen Musale. Nearly beaten, but that will go down for, for a wide. Martin Ondeko trying to put Musale into that trap. Releasing it very, very slowly. I tell you, just this ball it straight. Musale will try to slog, and that's how he will miss his wicket. Very quick on that occasion, but Played very late there by Stephen. End of over number 19. 146 for 9 is the score. I beg your pardon. End of over number 18. Score is 146 for a loss of 9. The ABAKAMBWE players right there in your frame. It's already a good day here. You'd never have to watch this game with a dry throat. Keep watering it. Amazing things happening here. We are into the penultimate over of the match. Atoleye will bowl it from the side of the airport. Nice line and length there, just bowling it outside of stump. Leonard Namburo just watching it go. Shot down the ground. Long on is there. 1 run. Rotate the strike. Stephen Musale now on strike as he hunts for his first run in this game. Taking his time to get his guard. A bit of a floater, but it just goes over the stumps. I tell you something, Stephen has to be cautious. That can nearly and quickly get you bowled if you're not very, very careful. Make sure that you protect the furniture behind you. Don't let balls go through you. Stephen Musale is still hunting for the first runs of his blade. Again, he misses it. Applying golf-like shots. But he will need to get some runs for his side. Off the mark. Running very quickly. There is chance for a double, but Stephen will settle for a single. He gets off the mark, and the fans give that loud applause. 147 come off the total. Now it's Leonard Namburo there for the ABAKAMBWE. Leonard already has 37 runs for the side. A short ball hit with a lot of power down to the cow corner area, but there is protection and just a single run of that beautiful stroke. Well, that marks the end of the penultimate over of the match. 149 as we get to the last 6 deliveries of the first innings of the game. This game is happening live here from the Gahanga main oval, and it's between the 4 o'clock from Nigeria and the ABAKAMBWE from Rwanda. ABAKAMBWE have never lost a game at the home soil. They've beat everyone who's come around, including the Abaguris from Uganda, the entire team from Uganda, and 4 o'clock. We are now into the final over of the game, final over of the first innings. And the president for the Nigerian Cricket Federation, just number 1, Uyi Akpata, men love calling him the future president of cricket in the entire Africa, will bowl that over from the side of the pavilion. Leonard Namburu in, fired up, 38 runs already. But his teammates will call him to retire. Stephen Musale, with just 1 run from about 5 deliveries, will stay in. But the retirement of Leonard Namburu, the head coach for the senior women's team of Rwanda, will bring the founding president, the father of cricket in Rwanda, Charles Haba, to be the new batter in. Of course, Leonard Namburu had a good partnership between him and Deustili Muhumuza, and he's applauded by the fans. He's really shown that he still has some class in him. Look at his choice of shots and the flicks down the leg that he's been playing. Welcomed by his dugout, because clearly, Rosine, it was his partnership that really helped him to get his team some runs.
And I'm telling you, I knew that once a president comes into bat, Uyi will take the ball to ball. And that was it. I've been waiting for that. And he really proves me very, very right. And that is the last over of the first inning. Uyi, the ball in hand.
Yeah, we had a contest between coaches. We had a time where we saw both coaches of Nigeria being involved, one keeping, another one bowling. 2 coaches at the crease, one from Rwanda, another one from Nigeria. Sorry, another one from another one coaching Rwanda, another one coaching Uganda. But now it's a time where a president is bowling to the founding president and another president at the next striker's end. A bit of a floater. Beautiful shot there from Charles Haba as he gets off the mark. But what a drive there. They are running very quickly and they want to take 2. Run out chance. And it is missed. I tell you something, with the way these 2 presidents are running between the wickets, you would wonder where one will rest today.
That is very, very interesting game. Not even watching it, but even us who are talking about it, we are very, very enjoying it. You can see even the one who was about taking the swing and miss.
Yeah, good bowling areas there from Oi Akpata. He has a smooth action. You see the way he comes, just takes his time. Don't do a lot, ball outside off stump. If Haba wants to let him get it there, no wahala. And again, look at the action, very smooth. Quick, this time round, a swing and a miss from Charles Haba, not getting reach onto it. I tell you something, I want a moment in the game where we would see President Musale also getting on strike to face his fellow president. Amazing scenes happening here in Kigali. A bit of an inside edge, down to short fine. They only take a single, and now this is the moment in the game. Uyi to Musale, a moment that we have been waiting for here. I tell you, all the fielders are inside the circle, so it is a chance for Presdo to get some boundary here. You would feel that one president is fearing the other as he bowls it very, very wide from him. A wide dropping on the offside. Uyi up against Musale, the president for the Rwanda Cricket Association and the president for the Nigeria Cricket Federation. Floater creates room. Shouts of LBW by the umpire, Dube. Not shaken whatsoever. Very, very solid there. Come on, Presdo, are the shouts on the ground. We are Kapata, one of the men who have made sure that cricket is alive on this African continent. Of course, one historical thing that happens between Nigeria and Rwanda. Rwanda under 19 team were the first team to represent Africa in the World Cup. But Nigeria also managed to reach that very mark when they made it to the World Cup this year. Of course, defying all odds, Nigeria in a game where a lot of rain didn't make it possible for the final to be played. President, they are changing the run up a bit. And Zoo. Another wicket there. The umpire will say that Stephen Musale will have to depart LBW. Look at the celebrations there. Oh, sorry, confirmation of a catch by the wicket-keeper there. And well, that will put the first innings to bed.
Look at the delivery, a change of the pace, but also President tried to touch on it. And that was it. A wicket for President of Team Nigeria. And that was it. End of Stephen Musal after having that one line.
Yeah, Stephen himself trying to go back and create some room, but unfortunately, he gives a thin edge to the wicket-keeper. But look at those clappings there that welcome them back. Good work that they have done. And if you've just joined us, ladies and gentlemen, this game is between Abagurusi, I beg your pardon, ABAKAMBWE from Rwanda and 4 o'clock from Nigeria. Of course, 4 o'clock won the toss and elected to bowl first. ABAKAMBWE batting very, very well there. We saw Deus Tumumza missing a half century by just 1 run, but he managed to score 49 for his side, leading the run scoring there, being supported by Zedi Khan and Leonard Namburo. 152 runs is what 4 o'clock will need to pick up the first victory here at Gahanga and here in Kigali. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi in the commentary box, and I've not been alone. I've been here with Rosine Herrera. We take a short break and we will be back for the second innings. We are back at the Gahanga main oval. 152 runs is what the our Gurus will be defending in this afternoon. If 4 o'clock can chase that one, they'll pick their first victory here in Rwanda. Second innings here. Beautiful day to watch the beautiful game of cricket being played. From wherever you're watching in, this is just a social game happening between the ABAKAMBWE of Rwanda and the 4 o'clock from Nigeria. Good work being done. ABAKAMBWE have never lost a game at the home soil. They posted 152, and now it's time for the chase. Fielders just taking some bit of time to make sure that they get the side to start off proceedings here. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi here in the commentary box. I will be joined in by my colleague Rosine Herrera to see you through the second innings of the game. Taking some bit of time before we see the first ball of the second innings. Rosine, welcome back from the break.
Very interesting first inning. I would like to see this run being chased by 4 o'clock. Two openers here in the middle. I would like to see them taking the first win on this soil of Rwanda. That will be another praise for them and another good achievement for them as 4 o'clock all the way from Nigeria, most of them coming on that praise.
First ball rocks back and hits it just straight to covers. Those did him Humza collects up everything and a dot ball to start the second innings.
Another dot ball there. Then Istaga making it so tight. It's 152 runs needed to win the game in 120 balls. A good shot there. And that is a 4 runs for sure to open up the inning.
What a shot there from Coach Leke. A boundary there gets him off the mark. And a boundary there starts off the chase. Punched through the extra cover area. And extra covers is now protected. Another bit of an edge there. It beats the wicketkeeper Dennis Athamsali. And it runs down to the long on boundary. I tell you something, this side, the 4 o'clock side is showing some determination in chasing down this total. Martin Ondeko, a known opener, and Leke are in there for the 4 o'clock to start off things. Flighted, hit, past the wicket keeper. They are running and they will take up another single. Beautiful start to the chase.
A good thing that he was a wicket taker of team right guard, and by this moment, not even single I8 wicket, but trying hard. Also, wicket keeper needs to play a big part. That is Dennis Taga, Dennis Musal, combination of Dennises. Another good shot straight to the wrong on fielder. Picked and thrown back to the wicket keeper.
7 runs. 7 runs will mark the end of the first over in the chase. You see there the president giving some fans there, some high fives. Diani Menyimana, Diani Dusabe Mungu, all sitting there. Of course, Bujingo Kenneth is the coach for the 4 o'clock, and Alex is the coach for ABAKAMBWE. Second over of the game, Vip Kumar just making sure that he gets his run up right. Martin Ondeko, Leke, Pablo in there for the 4 o'clock to make sure that they chase down the target. Taking some time there, making sure that they have the right field. Plays it down the ground. A misfield that covers, gives them a chance of getting a double. Of course, a slow outfield here. They run very quickly and make it 9 runs on board for the 4 o'clock side. Down to one knee. Slugs it down to the mid-wicket area. One run. Good work there. Good comeback there from Vip Kumar. Very full hit with power. And another single. I tell you, these two batters are looking very determined to chase down this total.
Very good fielding there from General Manager Biringiro Emmanuel. Good shot there. 4 runs. Another 4 runs on the leg side. And that is 8. Make it to 16 runs. End of second over. 12 run on the board. Seems to be 16 runs on the board for Noros. Good delivery there to start off with. Then Nistaga, the man on the track is Martin Dekwe. Another good shot there. And a good fielding from Humza. Only single run to be taken. Good bowling from Dennis Taga. End of 13, third over. 17 on the 18 on the board for Noros. And the score to be chased is 152. Kumar coming again to bowl his second over. A solid defense there by Martin, showing how he is into the game. A good delivery there seems to be attempting and being beaten by the spin. Very, very good comeback by Kumal after getting 12 run in his previous over. But this moment seems to making things so hard to them. Another good delivery there. Kumar showing a very, very good signs to not giving them easy runs because they know the score to be chased. A good shot there again. But I also always some fielding from Coach Muhomuza, reading by example, showing the players also they had up pitch there in the pavilion, showing them that is how the work is done. Not even more than one run to be taken once the ball's hit from him.
I tell you something, Dwayne, if you look at the history of Uganda, Uganda has never had someone captaining the team when they're not good at fielding. Ben Makamasa, one of the good fielders in Uganda, those three team homes are replicating the same. Janet Timbaba is not one of the players that can give away many. So it's really very, very good so that these coaches can really show the players the proper direction to take. Of course, when players coming around to watch this team, some weights being given away there. And look at the way 4 o'clock is scoring runs very, very quickly and very early. You will not want to bowl many of those. Flighted, hit, nobody moves, nobody gets hurt. Powerful stroke there from Leke to end the over. Look at that one. It was very full and he hit it so well. Left all the batters just looking at it, racing to the boundary. And after 3 overs, 26 for no loss is the score for team 4 o'clock.
Very, very good approach for batting team. Another introduction of new bowler. Seemed to be Evod, who only managed to get a run out in the previous inning. But this moment he's having the ball in hand, which means he's the bowler. It's going to be boring at the moment.
Fast ball, wide, not a good start from Evode. Tries to play down the ground. Good ball there from Evode.
Good comeback after boring an extra to come and bowl that ball. It seems that you maybe messed up, but by this moment, not that good bowling, but no one to catch that ball. That was a half chance, but no one to take them. That is it.
Yeah, of course, the fielders near that point area are all fielding close to the 30 yards mark. So they don't just themselves take that run out. Oh, sorry, take that catch. Down the ground, down to mid-on. Katiwa Mohoro with the collection. And another dot ball there from down, hit, backwards of the square, boundary. Good shot from Leke.
And what I'm liking, they still have a lot of balls to play around with, but also the score is going more quick. Look at that one. The ball was on leg, just sweep shot in place. 2 batters getting the score get done quickly.
This time round, he cramples him for room. He knows that Leke has shown that he's very strong backwards of the square. So he's trying to bowl outside. Rocks back and hits it to the cover area. The general manager there, Emma Wiringiro, manages to get that one. They only take a single, and that will mark the end of the over. 33 for 9 is the score after 5 overs. And we are down to the last over to end the power play. Many familiar faces there in your frame. Brad Makamasa, the assistant head coach for the Victoria Pearls, watching right from there. Bob McCoy Songa, one of our own here in the comms, also mixing up himself with the ABAKAMBWE and the 4 o'clock. Of course, this team's using nearly the same dressing room because these are teams comprising of so many people who know each other and so many close friends. Emma Biringilo will replace Vip Kumar from the side of the airport. Elito Tico down to Leonard at the square leg area. 1 run. They will try to make sure that they keep milking these runs and keep the scoreboard ticking here.
Yeah, that's what T20 is all about. It's just taking singles. Once the bad ball comes, take. Ah! First wicket. The one to cause the damage is Emma Mwerbingiro, General Manager of Rwanda Cricket Association.
The general manager of RCA, Emmanuel Biringiro, gets that big wicket of Martin Ondeko. Martin Ondeko being trapped LBW on that occasion, and he'll have to take the long walk back to the dugout. Look at the replay there right in your frame. He goes down to sweep, misses it completely, and the umpire says that was hitting stumps. 4 o'clock loses their first wicket. Celebration moment for the ABAKAMBWE, who look to be defending this total.
The opening bowler coming into bat as number 3, who also can be called as an opener, because sometimes one ball can take a wicket, then you come to face the second ball of the inning. But also by this moment, he managed to come in when the 5 overs have done. Not even the problem of runs. By this moment, they have 34 runs. They only need 153 to win this game.
Yeah, Tayo Atoleye will now walk in. He bowled well, but now it's time for him to try and do some batting. Gets back and hits it to long on. A single to get Tayo Atoleye off the mark.
Very good cricket by rotating on at this moment. At extent means that you have a good bowling there. Swing and miss. It was almost going to be appealed as a wicket. Could catch caught behind, but this moment the batter didn't meet with the ball. And I'm telling you, if this wicket of Pablo went out, it's gonna be hard for team 4 o'clock to get that score.
Rocks back, plays it between cover and point. Nobody moved, nobody gets hurt. A boundary there from Pablo. Massive strike there. Look at that one there. He created some bit of room, played it through that vacant area, and he picks up a boundary. End of the power play. 40 for 1 is the score after 6 overs. This is 4 o'clock up against ABAKAMBWE. 4 o'clock one, the toss and elected to bowl first. ABAKAMBWE managed 151 runs, and now the chase is on. Evode will bowl the 7th over from the side of the pavilion here at Gahanga Main Oval.
A dot delivery, they are trying to go for a big shot, but completely missed. Bullying the different delivery. That shows how Evode is thinking about his bowling. That was a full delivery, the first one, but pulling back length to Pablo. Bring back also Atoleye, who was opening the bowling for team 4 o'clock, which bowled for the first inning and being given 152 runs. And chase is on. It's only 111 runs needed to win. 112 runs needed to win the game.
Straight as an arrow. Straight as you love to see it, but there is protection there. Leonard Nambro doing a lot of good work. And they will only take a single run. They are getting these easy runs in the infield. But the most important thing has been to keep the scoreboard ticking. And it's something they have executed so well. They keep the runs coming on. Down to one knee. Slugs it to the bunkers. Maximum. But what a stroke there from Atoleye. Good shot there to mark the end of the over. 49 runs already come up on board at the end. Towards the end of the 7th over. Goes for a defensive shot. That will get to the edge of the bat and they will run and pick up a double. 2 runs to end the over. After 7 overs, the score is 51 for 1. Correction, after 8 overs. Sorry, after 7 overs, the score is 51 for 1. Fans have come around to watch this beautiful game. Biringiro Emmanuel will bowl the 8th over from the side of the airport. He picked up a wicket in his first over, the wicket of Martin Ondeko. And now he comes back to bowl. Hit with power. Hit through the cover area. Down to the boundary. Massive shot there from Leke. Look at that one there. Just created some room and managed to hit it through the cover area to pick up another boundary for the side. Creates room again and hits it. Back-to-back boundaries there from Leke Pablo. Hits one to the long off and hits another one to the deep square leg area. Look at that one there, creating some room and working it to the onside.
Yeah, very beautiful use of it from that that one who is playing with Pablo. That is very good intent as a batter who is just seeing that score. Not big, but also they need to go quickly for it. And that is what the bowlers of ABAKAMBWE need to restrict them and try to take the wicket for just stop them to have those score.
Two fielders have now put on the boundary on the onside. But I see Leonard Nambro coming up to square leg. That clear looked like setting a field for a bad ball. Known for bowling some floaters, Deus goes to block, and the umpire says that's LBW. Deus Mum's are bowling a quick one to the pads, and it will give ABAKAMBWE another wicket, the second wicket. Not very loud celebrations, but a second wicket to and make sure that they add some pressure to this side, which looked very, very comfortable. That's the replay there right in your screen. Looks like that was going to bounce over the stumps, but the umpire says that's out. And the batter will have to depart very disappointed. Sarah Bakita, Kenyan international, former player with the national team, is the new batter in. Sarah Bakita now the batting consultant with the Rwandan team. Helped the under-19 team to make it to the World Cup, is now in to do some batting here for the 4 o'clock.
Do you know what I'm liking? It's both sides they have one red in. That means also in ABAKAMBWE there is gender equality and gender balance. That seems to be also another motivation for the young ladies to not be ashamed of being a cricketers, because you can see how Sarah Bakita is and even Katia, not bad players, but just to say that we are no longer going to serve the country, they just to play for fun.
Yeah, of course, coming here to play for fun, but a very good point you make there, Rosine. Some bit of gender equality in these sides. Sarah Bakita known for powerful strokes. She is really a strong lady who can hit the ball anywhere on the park. Deus up against Sarah. Turns one away from her. Good ball there from Deus.
This is the bora to bring back the game, because at this pace they're on, I think in 16 or 17 over, the score is going to be done.
She goes for a booming drive, but she's beaten completely. Sarah Bakita. Back-to-back dot balls there from Deus Diditim Humza. He loves bowling with that smile on his face. But chipping in these balls very, very quickly here, Deus. Misses it again. Sarah Bakita not getting to any. Good work there being done by Deus. Mid-wicket conference there between Sarah Bakita and Leke Pablo. Another one turning away from Sarah. Good work there from Deus. He's gotten a wicket off his first ball and is not giving any away. Wicket maiden over there from Deus Muhumuza to try and make sure that they put a break to the 4 o'clock. 61 for 2 after 9 is the score. Emmanuel Wiringi will come back to ball from the airport end. Hit with power down to the extra cover boundary. They will run and take up that single. Sarah Bakita will now continue business without her helmet. Bakita Sarah known for power. I saw Bakita Sarah playing some cricket with some clubs in Uganda. Aziz Daman to be particular. Hit. Chance for a catch. There was the Humza puts it down. I knew Sarah was going to go for it. A chance is put down and Sarah will live to die another day. Power down to the long on. And another single there. The ball is going quicker to the boundary. So the fielders who are working at the boundary need to be very, very cautious. Any fumble can quickly let that ball run away. Swings, misses, wide is indicated. A little touch down to the gully area. Another single. Keep the game alive. At this moment, ABAKAMBWE drawing up the boundaries for 4 o'clock. A shimmy down the track. He hits it well. Down to long on for yet another single. Another one hit up in the air. Chance for a catch, and Evode takes that catch to see off Sarah Bakita. Third wicket for the ABAKAMBWE. 67 for 3 is now the score. That's the replay there. Sarah Bakita trying to clear that long on boundary, not having enough bat onto it, and Evode taking the catch to give ABAKAMBWE another wicket and keep them alive in the game. New batter in, Jaze, number 5, Tete, Ricky.
And there in the middle, coach of the 4 o'clock, Blyson Kenneth Bujingo, standing there, maybe giving them some information about to take this land being chased before the 20 overs crossed up, and that is can be considered as inning break after a 10 over.
.67 at the halfway mark. Should be interesting to see how the 4 o'clock carry on the chase from here on. Deusdedit Muhumza, his first over did not go for any run, and it was a maiden. Will now continue to bowl from the side of the pavilion. Leke and Tete are the batters in for the 4 o'clock. 67 for 3 after 10. Deus to Leke. Tickled down to the square leg area. A single. Four o'clock won the toss and elected to bowl first in this game. They were moving well, but it looks like ABAKAMBWE are now holding the brakes. Great room. Price rock back, but misses it. Hits it. Back to the fielder. Good work there from Deus to try and stop that one and keep the pressure on. Great room again, but doesn't make contact. Deus Muhumza going through his over very, very quickly, getting in the dots, and you'll need many of these to and make sure that you keep the pressure on. Don't let the game run away. Dotty balls might be costly in the end. Hit in the gap. Tries to stop that one using his foot, avoid, but it will run away for another boundary. Much needed for the 4 o'clock to try and make sure they keep alive in the game. Look at that replay there. Rocks back and hits it.
Look at that one. Running for it. I'm telling you, if he had stepped on that board, that was going to be a biggest injury to him to be hard on to recover from. But by this moment being saved by God, maybe it's because it's on Sunday, but he also need to put another skills of using that hand because he's still playing for his team challengers. And by this moment, introduction of new bowler, I guess, was seemed to be Leonard Namburo but by this moment sent back again. Emma Biringiro continue from airport end.
Emma Biringiro now to Leke. That is hit. Down to extra cover. They'll run very quickly and only pick up a single off that beautiful shot. Keep the runs coming. Keep the scoreboard ticking. Still a close game here. These two teams are still in contention of winning this one. Soft touch, but no run there. Creates room, tries to hit it, but doesn't make contact. Rick Tete still trying to make sure that he looks for the gaps, looks for the runs. Take 4 o'clock close. That is it. Half chance for a catch, but it's not taken. It's put down. Some of these mates come to haunt the side. Now Leke gets the floater, hits it with a lot of power down to Evode. Brilliant stop. 1 run. Solid. Keeping the game.
Look at that previous catch that has dropped. Beautiful effort there by Frex, but not all chance to catch it. Round appeal there. Nothing given by the umpire. That is the end of 12 over. 75 on the board for 3 wickets.
A bowling change there as Leonard Namburo will come to replace those Diditi Muhumza from the side of the pavilion. Those Muhumza who is just been taken out of the attack. His first over was a wicket maiden over. And now Leonard Namburo will come back to bowl. Bowl some bit of medium pace. He will now be coming from the pavilion entry and make sure that he keeps the pressure on. Head coach for the senior men's team of Rwanda, Leonard Namburo. Now time for him to show what he coaches in terms of bowling. Of course, Ronald Nambro was the coach who led the Rwanda under-19 team to the under-19 World Cup as it was inaugurated in 2022. Starts with one down the leg, extras, welcoming runs for the 4 o'clock side. They'll need to keep getting these free runs as they come. Trying set him up for the trap. Leonard. Another one, back weight there from Leonard. Hit with power. All fielders will just keep looking at that running out to the boundary. The general manager, Emmanuel, of course, standing at the point area, will just see it go away. Massive shot there from Rick Tete.
It was so wide, trying to go nearby it and connect with it. Not a lot of time to get to the boundary, just a short moment on it. Being bowled by Renard Namburo. This is the third extra run to be given by him. And with this score, with the way it's moving, it seems to be chess in around 18 or 20 overs. But with the signs that are here, a good delivery, swing there, run out. President Musare trying to go for the ball, but not even getting time to throw it back to the keeper to get that run out. But right this moment, Nana Namburo makes it hard to the batter, but only single run got from that one. Swing and miss. Good delivery there. Good batting there. That is 4 runs again on the name of Nana Namburo. Expensive over so far. 11 runs. That was too wide, but good connection from Tete. Swing and miss there. Another good delivery from Renard. That was a good fielding there. Run out chance, but another good running from Ricky Tete.
'89 for 3 after 12. You would clearly see that 4 o'clock is edging close. Just need to try and make sure that they maintain the momentum, keep scoring the runs. Victory will come your way. A field change there as Emmanuel Biringiro walks off for Omarion. Desire will now bowl from the side of the airport. A lot of protection on the onside. Soft touch down to the point area, and just one run there. Leke Pablo will now go to 48 runs. He is now 2 runs shy of getting a half century. We saw Deus Didi Humza missing out a half century by just 1 run in the first innings of the game. Somebody thrown it there from Desire, but not hit away. Flicked backwards of the square. They would love to take 2 runs, and they will comfortably, easily take those 2 runs. Keep the scoreboard ticking.
Very good cricket being played by these two batters, showing a good signs of winning this game. Now short of 62 runs only to win the game.
Chips in the dive. Brilliant stop there from Kachewa Mahoro. Limit them to only 1 run and save your team from conceding many. Keep the pressure on. She gets her body down the ground. Body and soul.
Yeah, and she has a big body. Why not? She could let the runs go like that. Round the pit, and out it is. Yeah, that's a big claim over there. Not even the player being disappointed, but also
The umpires just going there to have some bit of a talk in between themselves. Confirmation there from the umpires that that was not coming off the bat. I tell you, another batter will miss a half century there. 48. Disappointed there. That's the replay there right on your frame.
new batter to come in. Theophilus to be the new batter after the wicket of Reke, missing the 50 again.
Zah there, of course, with the wicket. Try and make sure that he keeps the pressure on. Hit. Brilliant stop there at the point area by the president. Stephen Musale going down and stopping that one. Brilliant stop there.
7 overs remaining. It's only 42 balls to get 60 runs. Very chaseable score here.
Yeah, of course, despite the departure of Leke, he got his team off to a good start. And you'd feel that these other batters should be in position to try and make sure that they also do things for the side. Deus Didi Tumhumza will replace Leonard Namburo again from the side of the pavilion. 93 runs on board for a loss of 4 wickets after 14. 6 overs remaining to complete this match. Tete Ricky is now the batter on strike, batting alongside Theophils. Ricky Tete, of course, a very stylish man in there. Soft touch, chance to run. Yes, they run. Get the single, make it 94. That just falling in front of the president, and they will go for that 1 run.
T20 is all about picking who want to take off, and by this moment, Tete knows that it's a president. I just need to hit the ball on him, and then I go. But by this moment, also he picks up very quickly, try to go for it, but he didn't get that run out. That was what needed. I'm telling you, if that wicketkeeper took that ball, that was going to be a quick stamping, but he missed it completely, ending up by giving it as a wide. But also, assistant coach of women's yellow green, missing it.
This time round, he hits it down to the extra cover area. Leonardo Nambro with the first time pickup, and they will only take 1 run. Good running. Ricky Tete, the man of style. We'll let that one go by. I think it's a time for these two batters to try and make sure that they accelerate the gears a bit, try and make sure that they hit the ball a little bit harder, because now it's getting close and closer. Sorry, the defensive shot there from Ricky Tete. Never know, they are thinking maybe they are waiting for one bad over to punish. Great Truman hits it hard. Zedikan puts the body down to the line, but that's running to the extra cover. They are interested in getting 2 runs, and yes, they will pick up a double. Good running between the wickets. 98 runs now on board, and that will mark the end of the 15th. Only 4 wickets lost.
Very good bowling from team ABAKAMBWE, giving. They started off with a big hit, but by this moment coming them down, just trying to not giving them over 4 runs per over. That helps them to be still having 55 runs in only 30 balls. That shows how strong they come back, and that is also require a lot of efforts from those two batters to get those 55 runs in 30 balls.
Desire now will come to ball to Theophilus. This is the 16th over of the game. Softy touch. Backwards of the square. They are interested in getting 2, but the chase is on down at the fine leg area. Just 2 runs taken and get close to the 100 runs mark.
And that was a really good throw from Dennis Taga. That shows how he was good in the field. Flat throw, but also quick in the worst level of the wicket keeper.
Another soft touch there to the cover area, and they'll take that single, and that will bring up 100 runs for the 4 o'clock. 100 runs, of course, coming up in the 16th over. From here, we'll be seeing things very close. 152 was the total chase. Hits it down to the long off. 1 run. They keep edging close. Massive hit. Khan just letting it fall short of him. I think he could have taken a catch to make sure that he sees off to Pills. But in the end, that just falls short of him. And they will take that 1 run. Make it 102 on board now.
I'm telling you, if ABAKAMBWE wins this game, it's going to be so history making again. Not even losing a single game on this landmark of them. That shows how they really understand their ground and their climate. That's what they need to maintain. If you are winning, why not you should then win all the games? And by this moment, they're in good position of winning this again. It's only 51 runs needed in also 23 balls. Khan, good fielding from him. Not even allowing them to take a second run, just only 1 run. And by this moment, what they need is just to have a lot of boundaries. Sajabi, I'm telling you, even if they can get a maximum of 4 runs per over, it's going to be easy for them to get those runs.
Hits it high up in the sky. Those 3 moves are taking some time to see that one, but it falls short of him. They will take only 1 run. A bit uncalled for there from Desiree, but that will mark at the end of the over. 16 overs gone. 104 for 4 is the score. One to the parts there from the president. Dennis Tagamkama, former captain, there. Hits it. Chance to catch, but that will go away. Very, very nice there. The umpire taking his time to confirm what has happened. But in the end, he will say that it is 4 runs. Good shot there from Theophilus. Look at that one. Those did moves are flying up in the sky. Oh, sorry. That was Desiree trying to take that catch, but eventually not taking it. Dennis Taga. Taga Mkama still in there. Hit. Down to extra covers. With a good stop there, Deus. 1 run. Top stuff. Hits it again. Down to where Desiree is. Toy is the call. They are running very quickly. And they'll take that too. Another one there. Indicated wide by the umpire. Runs are still coming. Now 121 runs on board. Tete tries to go for that tap and go, but is not allowed to go anywhere. Of course, tap and go, one of the most common payments, one of the most common methods of paying for transport here in Kigali. You just use your card to tap and you go. That is hit over the infield, falls near the president, but the president says let them take 1 run. Well, that single will mark the end of the over. 113 runs are the runs on board. The fans there right in your frame who are enjoying this beautiful match here in Kigali. Of course, we see so many big people coming around to watch this one. But 113 runs for a loss of 4 after 17. 13 to get every over if they are to win from here on. Evode has the ball in his hands and is just making sure that he sets the right field. He bowled his first overs from the side of the pavilion. Now he changes bowling ends and will be bowling from the side of the airport. The side of Remera, if you've been in Kigali. The side where you see the beautiful hills. The side where you see the Rift Valley. Here, the side where wind comes from. Cold breeze always comes from that side.
And I'm telling you, if the rain comes from that side, it doesn't stop. For sure.
Evode there with the ball. Taking his time. Of course, the ABAKAMBWE know that they will have to defend this total. 40 runs to get. Need some power hitting here on if they are to win this game. They go for a bowling change. Desire comes back to bowl. Evode will have to wait a bit to bowl. The overs are remaining to complete this game. Very, very full there. He hits it. The umpire calls for a no ball. They will take a run and make it 115. A no ball there. Chance for Teofil to hit it anywhere. Free hit. Oh, he is knocked over, but he's not out because it was a free hit. Good ball there from Desire.
A very big disagreement there by umpire giving out someone, though he said it's a free hit. Very disappointing. But by this moment, he just indicated as that is not out.
That is hit down to the long on boundary. Only one run is taken. I tell you, the dot balls and the singles will be costly for the 4 o'clock because they've edged the close, but looks like they are throwing it away.
Yeah, surely they were very, very close of that game, but by this moment seems to be on the side of ABAKAMBWE. But by also it's very another good shot by Tete. They are doing a great job. Only a single run to be taken.
I tell you something, Rosine, at this moment, this team, the 4 o'clock, they need a boundary to make sure that they keep close. If they can't find a boundary, it will be very, very hard for them to win this match.
Yeah, very well said.
Very short hit. It doesn't look where it goes, but that will go. Chance for running another one. Yes, they will run too. They'll see Tim Humza chipping in that day, try and make sure that he stops that ball.
Mario never touched on the ball.
Wide. Much needed there. Desire looks very disappointed there, looking at the umpire saying, no, that wasn't wide.
I'd like to have it on a replay because even the wicketkeeper was very disappointed by that decision of the umpire.
Hit over him. That is it, straight. Evode chips in a dive. Brilliant stuff there from Evode. Chance will run out. Misses it. And they'll live to die another day. Ricky Tate, of course, running to the danger area. But eventually arriving on time. Top running here.
Ball seems to be a hot potato because with the way Desire collected it seems to be not a normal cricket ball. But by this moment, and good fielding from wide ball is the call from the umpire.
The white balls have kept coming to the 4 o'clock side. Hit with a lot of power. Chance for a boundary, but those little moves that doesn't allow many of those to go past him. Good stop, and only a single. That will mark at the end of the over. 124 for a loss of 4 is now the score. 17 overs gone. Sorry, 18 overs gone. We are now going into the penultimate over of the game.
A lot of elevation here happening. Even the balls that seems to be a boundaries, the fielders are working very, very extra to stop them having those boundaries. By this moment, we only have only 2 overs, known as 12 balls, just to cross over the second inning. It's 29 runs needed, which means they need 14.5 runs per over.
Deusiriti Muhumuza will bowl the 19th from the side of the pavilion. He's bowled very, very nice and tight in this over. He has a maiden already in his spell, where he also picked up a wicket in that very over. So now the assistant coach for the Female Greens, Tofile and Rick Tete, know that it's time for them to make sure that they slog, hit the ball hard, and make sure that you get your team to a total that can be chased. Deus. Swing and a miss. He thought it was there to eat. Unfortunately, when he swings, he doesn't make any contact. Top line there from Deus to Muhumza. He knows that dot balls will get his team to what they want. 4 o'clock, still in need of 29. Tries to swing again, but misses it again. He moves to the onside and commits early. Deuce did it to Muhumza, balls it to the onside. This time round, he hits it. That will run away for a boundary. Massive shot. Good shot there. Zedikan will fetch that one for Leonard. I tell you something, Rosine, at this moment of the game, they will need more of these boundaries to make sure they keep close. You see Tim Humza conceding a boundary there on that occasion and edging 4 o'clock closer. Another swing, another edge, another one will run away. It has enough legs. The just is on. Oh! Uses his foot. And they will run very quickly and only pick up 2 runs. Sorry, correction. They will pick up 3 runs. Some good running there. 4 o'clock have not yet considered defeat in this game. Still keeping some pressure on.
Yeah, the pressure on, but also this shows how 4 o'clock is hungry enough.
Another edge will run down the leg, but they'll only pick up a single of that. Not taking any risks of giving away the wicket at this time. Those two moves that they are still coming. A no ball call there from the umpire, as that ball had more than one bounce before reaching the popping crease line. And a very big chance for the 4 o'clock to try and make sure that they capitalize on this free hit. Free hit there yet to come. Deus coming in. Ball is on to the pads. They will just settle for one leg, for one run. And that will mark the end of the 19th over. I tell you something, no one saw that you could get down to the last over, but now here we are. Of course, 4 o'clock now starting to become bothered. The faces are losing the joy because now it's pressure time. 20 runs from the last over is now the equation. These two batters. These two batters will now be called out to retire. Feels like they have not yet done. They failed to do the job for the side, and now a new player will go in.
Two batters being retired. Now, by this moment, it's the president of Nigeria Cricket Federation with the ace ball to go in to look for 20 runs in only 6 balls.
I tell you something, as we Akpata walks into bat, Stephen Musaro will get the ball in his hands. It's going to be another interesting encounter here. Thorfield and Tete will be welcomed as heroes, but Isibur and Hui Akapata will be the new batter in to replace them. A lot of play to play for in this game. Two big guys coming in, and Stephen Musali will now get the ball to go and bowl from the side of the airport. This is the last over of the game.
Yeah, sure. This is so interesting. That shows how socially game is, and this is the birthday of president of Nigeria Cricket Federation. And by this moment, I know once he holds the bat, also the president of Rwanda Cricket Association holds a ball, and that is really, as you mentioned it early.
Yeah, the batter is the president for the Nigeria Cricket Federation, and the bowler is the president for the Rwanda Cricket Association. Men big names, big stage, sit here, time to shine. Running in. Oh, tries to swing hard at it. But a dirty ball in the end. The presidents, they are saying that it's wide.
We would like to have it on a replay.
Steven again. That is a hit through the point area. They would run very quickly. Chance run two. Yes. They take the 2 runs. Katia Omahoro playing for the opposition, just throwing it away and giving an opportunity to Akpata and Isabel to get that double. Five ball, sorry. Tries to go for it, but this time round it's charged wide. Just bowling it very, very wide on the offside. Knocks him over. He went for a flick shot and missed it completely. The furniture is disturbed, and Stephen Musaro will win the battle. President Hui Akapata very, very disappointed because of that shot. And he will have to make that long walk back to the dugout.
Yeah, what goes around comes around. That's the spell there in the middle. I remember the previous year, Oyi took out president of Rwanda Cricket Association 2 times. But by this moment, this is the first time he only also brought him back into the game, giving him a second chance. Look at that one. Straight to the middle stump, missing it, and that was it. A wicket for Steven Musal.
Yeah, there was some bit of a gap between the bat and pad and the ball, and that was the stumps. It's Bo, the president, the chairman of 4 o'clock, is now the bat on strike. Changes, hits it down to the fine leg area, and they will milk another single. But at this moment, you would feel that ABAKAMBWE have already won the game. They're just moments away from getting celebration here. Can Stephen Musale get Uyakapata for the second time? Let's have a look. Ball's a floater, but a wide. But you could see the intention there from Uyakapata of firing and ensuring that anything that you will see on the body side is going to go hard at it.
Yeah, surely it is. The intention is just to send the ball out. It's just not needing a single. Another wide there by President of Rwanda Cricket Association, being consistent on that line. And I'm telling you, he's looking for the middle stump. Once he get there, it's going to be hard for him to play it. And for the previous ball he played, he took him out.
Another wide, you would feel that maybe Stephen Musale is scared, just not getting the lanes correctly. Massive shot, and that has legs. It's running away. Oh, just a few inches from reaching the boundary. Akapata will take that single walking. Good stuff being displayed here. Of course, it's just a social game where these two teams are playing for pride. A social game, a game founded in England, bringing people together. The president there trying turn around and hit that one, but doesn't make contact.
That is the rusty ball of the inning, but also keep picking the wides. But this is only one ball meant to end the second inning.
Another wide. Currently, Steven is bowling all over the place, bowling on the offside, bowling on the onside. If it was a bit consistent bowling on one of the sides, you would say that maybe he has a plan. But he needs just bowl it straight. Make sure that you let them play. 11 runs from 2 balls. Hits down to point. Katiama Horo puts her body down to the line. But they will only pick up a single off that beautiful shot. Well, that will mark at the end of the match. One ball to complete the innings. President Musale there will have to make one good delivery to make sure that we see this as a wrap-up. This game between ABAKAMBWE and 4 o'clock. Very, very full on that occasion, but another wide. Stephen has been very, very generous, giving many of these. Plays it to the covers. Well, a run out will mark at the end of the game. Amazing scenes happening here at the Gahanga main oval. But ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the match. Four o'clock. Again, losing to the ABAKAMBWE. ABAKAMBWE eventually edging them out by just 7 runs. What a beautiful game, a beautiful afternoon, a beautiful evening that we've had here at the Gahanga main oval. 2 players missing out on scoring half centuries. Leke there scoring 48, whereas Deusi Timhumza scored 49. But we've come to the end of the game. Of course, ABAKAMBWE winning that game by just 7 runs. We've come to the end of the game. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi here in the comms box, and I've not been alone. I had Rosine Herrera, the female voice, the beautiful voice that you've had coming live to you guys. It's now a wrap up. We catch up when we can't avoid.